Hello and welcome to another episode of the Audio Elgin podcast. This is Abigail Fritz at the Elgin DP Museum, and today I'm speaking with Homer Johnson. Now, before we get into the interview, you're going to hear Homer read the highlight of the week, a story that was published by the association in Elgin, etc. It's a book containing dozens of stories about Elgin's history, and if you're interested, you can find it in the gift shop of the Elgin Depot Museum.
Growing up on a farm in the Carlson, Sweden area in the late 40s and early 50s, the highlight of the week was Saturday when we went to town. After lunch on Saturdays, I would get ready to go to Elgin. I would sit and watch my dad shave before we could leave. Mom, Dad, and I would get to Elgin about 1 or 2, and I would immediately head to the old movie. It was next to the Elgin National Bank on Main Street. It cost 9 cents for a ticket, but we never cared when the movie started. We would just watch it till we'd seen all of it. Most of the times we would stay a lot longer. We might watch the serial again or maybe the comedy twice. We usually saw Hop on Cassidy, William Boyd, or Gene Autry, Roy Rogers, Tom Mix, or Wild Bill Elliott. After the movie, I would go across the street to Upchurch Drugstore. As I would head through the intersection to Upchurch's, I remember the afternoon sun nearly blinding me after being in the movie for several hours. I never knew what sunglasses were in those days. Mr. Harvey Upchurch in the little white apron would always be standing on the left, just behind the beginning of the counter. He always had a white towel over his shoulder. He had about 8 swivel bar stools covered in black. I would always get a 15-cent chocolate sundae, or maybe a 400 or 800 chocolate milk with crushed ice. Mattie Bell, Mr. Upchurch's daughter, would be behind the counter to the right, selling candy, comic books, and other gifts. I would stop by the nickel pinball machine and have to wait my turn while Howard Goo Goo Cater finished his game of pinball. Many times, Doc Cater, Goo Goo's brother, would be working the ice cream counter dishing up Austin-made ice cream. Sarah Upchurch, Harvey's wife, handled the larger gifts at the rear of the store where several sets of round ice cream tables were located. My cousin Doyle Johnson and I would go up and down Main Street checking out where our parents, aunts, uncles, and all the friends were hanging out. Naturally, we would go into Kastner's beer joint on Main Street to check out how our uncles Lawrence and Alex Johnson were doing in their shoot-the-moon domino games. They played for a quarter a hickey, which could add up to a rather large amount. We would visit all the pool halls, play some games in each one. Our favorite one was next to the door to the city cafe. After a rousing few games of pool, we would eat a chicken fried steak at the city cafe, which included french fries, salad, toast for 35 cents, or we eat a hamburger and drink orange crush near Shorty's across the side street from Upchurch's. I can remember listening to the jukebox, hearing Hank Williams, Moon Mullins, Farron Young, and Kitty Wells. After supper, we would go to the El Texas Theater where the ticket cost 12 cents. Even though we were full of chicken fried steak, we had to have popcorn, pickles, candy bars, and drinks. The large Hershey bar was my favorite. There was also a comedy with a regular feature and also a serial on Saturday. On those occasions when I didn't go to the movie but needed to find someone in the movie, I would just ask Mr. Frank. She would let me run in and look. I would always check back with her so she didn't think I would stay without paying. Main Street was full of cars by 6 p.m., and there weren't any places left to park. Some local people would park earlier in the day on Main Street, walk home, and later come back, sit in their car, and watch the people walk by. Around 10:30 or 11 p.m., when all the excitement of downtown was fading, my parents and I would stop at John's Hamburger Place at 207 North Main, which was next to 90 Lumberyard. It was a good way to end the day. Can you imagine sitting in the back of a 1930 Model A Ford, eating a juicy 25-cent hamburger? I thought I was in heaven. The total expense for the day was probably less than $1. This is what they mean when they say, back in the good old days.
That was the highlight of the week from the Elgin Etc. book. And now that that's out of the way, we can get back to our interview. Could you start by introducing yourself and telling me where you were born?
I'm Homer L. Johnson, born Dr. Stromberg's Hospital in Taylor, Texas.
Where did you grow up?
11 miles out in the country towards New Sweden Lutheran Church. It's a Carlson community and it's a Carlson school.
How many students were there at Carlson?
About 30.
So when did you start going to the Elgin schools instead of Carlson?
6th grade. So I could go to Carlson school. It was on the farm.
Yeah.
And came out of there, so I rode the bus. We had bullies on our bus. You know any of the Binks? They work around here. They're about 7 feet tall. Betty Nelson and Harold Sampson told their boy, tomorrow when you come on the bus, we're going to cut your ears down off. So the next morning we stopped there at lunch. This guy got on the bus. He's about 7 foot tall. Said, I heard that somebody was going to cut my kid's ears off today. Could I talk to him? Silence. We had stuff like that going on.
Did you know any of the Elgin kids already?
Quite a few. We played baseball against the Elgin schools. So we had 3 teams. One was the younger team, and then the middle team, and then the older ones, like in their 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And we had like 3 games a week. We had a complete ballpark at an old church with lights. Leland Langer's daddy brought refreshments from Q&S. It was close knit. See, like, I don't think, with people going to the game now, I don't think they know the players. Baseball team, I knew everybody's batting average, who we were going to play. I still get upset when we go through Giddings. In 1948, I was on third base. Kenneth Sackers was hitter. We were 1 run behind. And he struck out at 3 straight pitches. My wife says, that was long time ago, forget it. There's no excuse to lose.
I'd like to thank Homer for his great interview and all of you for listening. To learn more about Elgin's history, you can check out the rest of the Audio Elgin podcast, or come visit us at the Elgin Deep Museum, which is located on Main Street and is open Wednesdays through Fridays from 10 to 2.